Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
It's so lovely to chat to you because I actually think I remember when you started in the Dales, like as part of the iconic Dingle family, almost 30 years ago. To last that long, Mark, that's incredible.
I think the only thing I can think is they don't realise I'm still in it. It's an amazing run of luck. I've loved every minute. Yeah, 28 years. I got the job on my birthday in 1996, and it just seems amazing to me that I've loved. Honestly, it's been the luckiest run of TV ever, and it's been an amazing experience.
Oh, well, you've done a hell of a job. Talk to Maureen about this. She remembers it very well back in 1996, because when you joined the show, were you like a Greek god, like Adonis?
Right. Wait. Thanks for bringing it up. Right. So in the script, in the audition, it said, Marlon appears. He is an Adonis, a Greek god. And I remember thinking, well, and I went to the loo outside the audition room, and I was kind of in the mirror, kind of going, trying to smoulder, you know. And then I went in the audition room, and I said to the director, this stage direction about him being a Greek god. He went, no, don't worry. He's now a nerd who thinks he's a Greek god. So that made more sense.
So do you think you've lived up to that description then?
Well, I've lived up to the nerd, definitely.
Well, hold on now. Marlon hasn't done too badly, Mark. He hasn't done bad. He's been married 5 times, I think it is. But the Dingles, right? When you read for a storyline like that, because, you know, it's only in Emmerdale you get away with this. You've been through so much, the cheating, kidnaps, running with serial killers, all that kind of stuff. But Marlon, you've gotten with your cousin not once but twice. Like...
Right. Just give you some context. I've slept with one cousin and snogged another one. And I think, as a Dingle, those numbers are quite low.
You're trying to justify a lot here, Mark. Is this what the writers and directors say to you? This is what we're thinking. Let me just clarify.
You won't believe it.
Because the Dingles were Jerry Springer before there was Jerry Springer.
When I joined the Dingle, we had a pig poo-powered space rocket that we were trying to get into space. Some of the stories were amazing, and it was wonderful. It's, you know, the show changes as the years go by, and now, you know, we're doing really serious drama, and that's what's great about the Dingles. You can give them comedy, you can give them like cutting-edge drama, and there's a character to do all of it, you know.
You've had 5 wives: Trisha, Donna, Laurel, Rona, and Jessie. You've been a bit unlucky in love, haven't you? What?
I mean, he's punched above his weight. I'll tell you that. He's been unlucky. But the thing about Marlon is he's in love with the idea of love, and he's had his heart broken. He's experienced tragedy, and I think he's just constantly trying to create this perfect circle for himself. And at the moment, he's married to Rona, and he's really happy. But he's a nice man, I think, really. He loves, his heart is always full when he's with somebody, and his family defines him. So I quite, even though he's turning into Henry VIII with the amount of wives, he's always well-intentioned.
Not a beheading yet, thank God. But at the moment, as you mentioned there, you do get to do these very serious storylines as well. And currently, you're in the role of a dad desperately searching for his missing daughter, April. And finally, we got to breathe a sigh of relief on Monday when we spotted her. How have you found this storyline?
I think the show have done an amazing job on it. The great thing about being in a soap is, and the way soap structures its dramas is, it's not like a film where you only really do the dramatic high points for 90 minutes. There's a beginning, a middle, and end. With a soap, you can do all of the sort of the mundane in-between bits. And I think in a story like this, the bits where you just sat still thinking are the most distressing bits, because there's no sound of a teenager in the house. She's gone. There's no school pickup, and you can play the absence and the still moments, because, you know, we're sort of doing a slice of life every day. It's in the present tense all the time. And there's no other form of drama that can do stories like this in the way that we do them. So it really feels like you can try and tell, as far as you can, try and tell the truth of the situation. It's been it's been very upsetting to do, as you can imagine, because it's so common in the UK. You know, there's I think something like there's 5,200 people in the UK have been missing for more than a year. So it's a really, the numbers are astronomical. So it feels like it's a. If we can make one person take a second look at a missing poster, then we'll have done our job.
Fair play.
Yeah,
Fair
well
play.
done. Exactly. I can't imagine getting yourself into that character. And it's difficult because April in the show is obviously Amelia, who you're working with, but you've worked with her. She's been on the show since she's been 8. And even to see her come through the show as well, like you are a father figure to her.
Oh, honestly, she's just a great person. It's so funny. What I was saying the other day, when she first came into it, she was 6 years old, and we used to be running lines. And I think, oh, she's a little kid, be running lines. So she'd do her lines, and then I would do my lines, and she'd be watching me going. And I realised she'd learned my lines as well, wow. And it was really intimidating. I thought, I've got to be on my toes. She's so good. But the great thing about her is she's gone from being a brilliant child actress to an amazing 16-year-old actress, and. She's just a privilege to work with. She's wonderful.
Mark, just very quickly, because one thing I think that Emmerdale has done, like, you've overtaken the likes of EastEnders and Coronation Street in the ratings battles, and you're winning all these awards, and you do the light and shade so well. But the patriarch of the Dingle family, Zach, Steve Halliwell, the actor, someone that you have worked with for almost 30 years, he passed away last year, and we're so sorry for all of your loss. He's an icon of the soap. What was he like to work with? It must have been awful when he was gone.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, he was an absolute dream, and we sort of keenly feel his absence all the time, because he was. I walked on set on the first day. He embraced me. He said, "You're one of us now. Welcome to the show." And he just kept being like that. Every new Dingle that came in, he was that. You're right. He was the patriarch. He was funny. His work was intense. He was professional. He was a dad to us. He was an uncle. He was everything that you'd hope Zach would be. That was Steve, and we miss him terribly.
Oh, he was fantastic. You were wonderful, wonderful, wonderful together. Looking forward to the next wife. Let's see if we can get to 8 like Henry VIII.
Come on. He's going to hang in there. He's going to hang in there. It's going to be fine.
You're a busy man. Fair play to you. Marlon, Dingle. Well, keeping us guessing, that's for sure. Listen, Mark, Charnock, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. That was a good old laugh.
Thanks so much, Mark. We really appreciate it.
Bye.
And, bye, Mark. And a reminder, you can catch Emmerdale weeknights from 7:30 right here on Virgin Media 1. And, of course, it's always on Virgin Media Play.
Yeah, it is flying at the moment too, so check it out.